We have an awesome show for you guys today.
The greatest eventer of all time.
Good news for the sport.
Welcome to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros, studios by Stressless, John.
Yeah, we are in the Stressless studio.
Look at this. We're back with our friend, Mr.
Rooster.
Yes.
Yeah, it's awesome. I maybe knocked him over a little yesterday, but I picked him back up. He's
Did
fine.
you?
Yeah, I'm
You
sorry
knocked
about
him
that.
down. This is so cool, though. And I'm excited. This is located at Willow Run South.
Yeah. Yeah,
And-
I'm thrilled. It's going to be awesome. Thank you to the John and Rick Show for making this all happen, and to Stressless, obviously.
And Horse Trailer Pros.
And yeah, for sure. Also, make sure you guys go to centerlinedistribution.net.
JR23.
Good job. That's your promo code to get you 20% off.
That's awesome. I'm glad they're doing that. I understand that when we did JR Boo,
Yeah.
that it got a lot of orders.
Yeah, so thanks to the audience for that.
Yeah, thanks for doing it. Hey, I want to say this. It's episode 21,
Yep.
season 4. So we've been announcing a little bit that 100 was going to be like at the end of the year, but it's going to be in February. So everybody out there, episode 100 for the John and Rick Show is like the second week in February. We're going to really celebrate.
And can I just say that I'm thrilled that your math skills are as good as mine, because we were
I was doing 25 episodes a
because
year.
it makes sense, because 2 a month.
Yeah,
For a year is 12.
That's 24.
Is 25, right? And so then you do 25 times 4 is 100 right at the end of the year, except there's only 24. And I'm so happy that your math skills, you're in charge of the finances for us, aren't you?
I think so.
Oh, man.
I got to look at those here.
But I went along with it,
How
so.
much have we spent in here?
A lot.
Well, I think you've done a great job. Thanks for coordinating it. Joel's got all his equipment set up here. We've had some great things going on in the last couple of weeks. We're going to update everybody on that. What's been happening?
So there's been so much going on with the competitions, right? So Maryland happened, and we've got Austin OConnor coming up in our next segment.
Which I want to say this. Good call.
Thank you.
Good call. And not only that I think you were at Maryland and you even got him going to the start box because he was first out, right?
Yeah, that's awesome that everybody thinks that was Austin.
It's not Austin.
No, it was.
Now you're going to mess up.
No, it was Marley Burke. Bork.
There we go.
Yeah, in the 3-star, but everybody thought it was because it's a gray.
It's gray.
Apparently, you had to be gray to start. But no, she was. Marley was the first horse on cross country,
Well, you didn't
because
have
that
to
was
run
the
it for everybody. It could
3-star.
have been.
You're
could have
right.
been
I
him.
apologize. Yes, that was Austin. I got him heading to the start box.
Yeah, and you were great to get him, and we got an interview with him in segment 2, correct?
Yep. Yes. Yep. And that's going to be a good one coming up. So congratulations to Austin. And Maryland was, I have to say, so obviously I was there and we walked the cross country, and it was so much more technical than it was the previous year when I went. He stuck, the track was basically the same, but he built this new sunken road, which was early, which really slowed the horses down. Before that, he had a set of upright verticals in the steeplechase that was like on 36 feet, and it really forced the riders to sort of ride and put their horses together and ride very technically very early. And I think because of that, and a couple other things obviously he did throughout the course, he made it a much more technical but still very galloping Ian Stark type course, and it really was incredibly influential.
It was, and I think in the years past, the time was, I'm going to say, easy to get.
It was.
And I think Ian took that to heart this year. And shout out to Mia Farley and that amazing thoroughbred Phelps, because they're the only double clear cross country.
And right on it. It was so exciting to watch.
On it. And I heard, we can get confirmation, David O'Connor wept.
He did. I saw it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Then it's confirmed.
Yeah, no, it's
But
confirmed.
that's his horse, and Mia's been under his wing 4 years. He saw her in California, brought her over, and she's just an incredible girl, and I'm really proud of her. Shout out to Mia.
Yeah,
Good
and we
job.
will definitely have her back on the show as soon as she gets back down to Ocala. We'll
that
have her
was a
here in the
big
studio.
win. She was 4th.
Yeah, awesome. And so we'll have Austin on. Then we went to the Pan Ams.
Yep.
And the Pan Ams, that was exciting.
It was exciting. I mean, I thought it was done after cross country, right?
I didn't even watch show jumping. I'm not going to lie. I was like,
didn't
whatever, we
either.
got this.
I was like, then all of a sudden I got some kind of call going, oh my gosh, the United States is silver and Canada went from fourth to gold.
Okay, so seriously, how many rails did we actually have?
We had 2 for Sydney.
No. I mean, so how many, like, in hand?
Oh, can I go? What we
go.
took was 4, unfortunately, for Sharon, 3 for Liz, and 2 for Sydney. So that's 4,
5, 6,
3, 7, 8, 9. We had 9 plus 3.9 points in hand. So
Hold on, Briggs is giving us a note.
One for Caroline.
I know, but I said we had 9.
We would have been okay with 9
We had
in the 10.
10.9 points in hand.
Right.
And unfortunately, and I want to say, Caroline, congratulations. You won the gold. Congratulations, team.
Yeah.
They did a great job. They were silver.
Yep.
Congratulations to Caroline on the 8-year-old HSH Blake.
Yep.
8 years old. She won the gold. And I'm going to say this to everybody out there. She did not lose the gold for the team. And I know people are saying because she had a rail.
They all had rails.
They all had rails.
Yeah.
So it was an accumulation of a team effort. The girls did a great job, and kudos to them. And,
Well, and it's one of those things, right? Like and then we need to get on to Canada here, but like if you go to a major team competition, you come home with a silver medal, it's a great feeling. It's just a bummer when you're in such a good place going into show jumping and it happens on the last day.
And you would never think that would happen.
No.
And it happened, and things happen. That's why our sport's so tough, isn't it? It makes you humble.
Yep.
And Canada.
Woo! Canada.
Wow.
It's been
Go
hard
Canada.
to live in my house.
I bet. Don't you have
we've
bug
got
control in here?
Look, man, we don't even have drywall yet, okay? We don't have bug control yet.
So Canada, man, we had Mike Winter
Yep.
on our show, and I was kind of joking when I said Canada could win the team gold.
That was it for me.
And they did it. Well done. I mean, they just all rode their pants off. They were in 4th place coming into it.
Sorry, we've got a moth issue on here, but we're going to ignore it and be professionals.
They were in 4th, and they just ran up the line.
Yeah.
So good for them.
It was great.
Lindsay.
Yeah, so we have Lindsay Traisnel,
who won the individual bronze.
Yeah.
And I believe Mike, Lindsay, and
Colleen.
and Carl
Yes.
all had clear show jump browns.
Yeah. And Colleen was the other team member.
Right. So good on them. They qualified for the Olympics.
Yeah, very exciting. And we've got Lindsay coming on the show here shortly as well. So it's flying right around your head. we're like 2 Jack Russells. We cannot stay focused.
Yes, she's going to be on the show, and she's excited. She's back home in Canada with her great husband, and who's always a big supporter. Heard that the horse just got back, was in Miami in quarantine. So all the teams are back in. I actually saw Alyssa Phillips, who was over as traveling reserve with her great horse Oscar.
Yeah.
And we were just at, where were we?
Rocking Horse. Yeah, I was parked right next to her.
And she was showing, I said, what are you going to do with Oscar now? She goes, he's still in quarantine.
Right.
So
no, it's a long time.
He went, she said it was a great experience. She wouldn't change it for anything in the world. But anyway, that's what happened.
And then we've got Galway just happened, and that apparently was a tough track.
Yeah,
a lot of trouble. Tammy popped off one. I think Liz popped off one. Poor Dana Cook. I think she broke her collarbone.
She broke her collarbone. I got a text from her. She said, she was bummed. Unfortunately, her horse jumped the second water and got a flag, stumbled into it, and just went down. And horse was fine. Dana, unfortunately, broke her collarbone on the very cool FE Quattro. But Liz on Nutcracker, Cooley Nutcracker, won the national championship for the four-long.
Yes, sir.
I think a young rider, Mark, 24 years old, was second place. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a good weekend.
But yes, to your point, it was a Clayton Fredericks course. And I kind of watched it, and I don't know if a lot of people know, they don't gallop around on grass, right?
Yeah, no, I've been out there. It's weird.
So they have to,
galloping on Mars.
Dirt, right? And only because it's like a desert.
Yeah.
So you can't grow grass. Because Briggs is always
But I did hear, and I can't confirm this, but I heard it from a very good source, that Galway is going to be the venue for the Olympics.
Is it? Are they going to grow grass?
They're apparently going to sod the entire property, is what I was told.
Wow.
And I think then they actually can, but then it's going to take a lot of irrigation, and water is expensive
obviously,
out there. So,
they'll
but it's going to be exciting to see what all happens for Galway. So
we're wrapping it up.
we need to wrap up segment 1 from the Stress Less studio. Thank you to Horse Trailer Pros as always, and to Stress Less. Remember, centerlinedistribution.net.
JR23.
JR23. I was going to say JR Boo. JR23 now. That gets you 20% off. And we're going to be right back in our virtual Stress Less studio with Austin OConnor. Want to advertise on the John and Rick Show? Contact John at 352-875-8622.
Or call Rick at 850-879-2649.
For a horse owner on the road, your trailer is essential. No one enjoys being stuck on the road. At Horse Trailer Pros, we repair, renovate, and maintain all makes and models of horse trailers. We work directly with your insurance company or manufacturer for warranty repairs and insurance claims. Our state-of-the-art facility provides quick turnaround and friendly customer service. Considering a living quarter conversion? We do those too. Find comfort on the road with Horse Trailer Pros. Call or text 352-804-2131. HorseTrailerPros.com.
Hey, Rick here. Do you have a horse suffering from poor performance, anxiety and fear, low appetite, agitation, or nervousness? Stress Less can help. Stress Less, the hot horse remedy, is veterinarian developed, all-natural formula that promotes calmness, focus, and mood balance in horses experiencing stress related to training, showing, racing, stall rest, and travel. This equine supplement encourages calmness, focus, and mood balance without affecting the motor skills or energy levels of your horse. It promotes a more willing and balanced temperament with no drowsiness or impaired function, resulting in increased focus, a calm mind, and a happier horse and rider. Try Stress Less today and see for yourself why we think Stress Less is the best hot horse remedy you will find. Check us out at centerlinedistribution.net and on Facebook and Instagram as Stress Less Horse Supplement.
Hey, it's John here. I just want to let you guys know I got back from schooling at Magnolia Sands Farm here in Ocala, Florida. Your cross-country field is perfectly suited for a first outing on a young horse or schooling your upper-level horse. Magnolia Sands offers over 110 jumps ranging from starter to intermediate, plus multiple banks, ditches, and waters. They're constantly updating their courses and have even added new ditches and a starter ditch wall. Conveniently located in Northeast Ocala, Magnolia Sands has made it easy for riders and trainers with online waivers, Venmo, and PayPal, and even offer a golf cart for guests. MagnoliaSandsFarm.com.
Equibrew, now available in the USA. It's a live probiotic that you feed daily to your horses. The live microbes go into your horse's gut and cleans up the gut wall, creating a healthy gut system.
Equibrew is an essential part of my feeding program. My horses love to eat it, and it does a really good job of promoting gut health and also good behavior and great performances.
It's something I recommend for all of your horses, no matter what they do in their careers.
It's so affordable, I can use it on all of my horses in the barn, not just my top horses.
Order Equibrew today by going to brickfieldnutrition.com or calling 850-879-2649.
Welcome back to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. We're here in our Stress Less studio in our Equibrew segment. Big thanks to Equibrew for sponsoring this segment. It is a great probiotic supplement. I use it on all of my horses. Rick, obviously you do. Who knows? Maybe we'll get Austin on it. So we are so excited to be joined by Maryland 5-star winner Austin OConnor. Austin, thanks for coming back on the show.
God, that sounds good. Yeah, great to be back, John and Rick.
So congratulations, man. I just want to put this out there right off the bat because Rick knows I'm going to do it. In the preview show, we all had to pick a winner. And I'm not sure if you're aware, Austin, but I did pick you to win the Maryland 5-star. So thank you for making me look like I have a clue what I'm doing.
Yeah, great. Yeah, it was. I think you were probably one of the few, to be fair, but fair dues to you.
No,
you know
I think
your stuff.
I think everybody, if there were we want this guy to win, you would have definitely been the top pick. And I was banking, I'll be honest, I was banking on cross country at Maryland being really tough. So I knew that you and Salty would get that done. So well done.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it was an amazing week. You know, win, lose or draw, Maryland was an amazing experience. The committee, the people of Cecil County, it was just an unbelievable week for all of us that traveled from Europe from the get-go.
Yeah.
Hey, Austin, we were so excited to watch, especially on Show Jump Day. You did make it exciting. But when you're talking about your experience in Maryland, this was your first time over to Maryland, correct?
Yes, first visit to Maryland.
So run us through your expectations when you're coming over. Obviously, you wanted to win, the first Irishman or Irish person to win in, 7 years, a 5-star? Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, look, as I say, it all started at a disappointing Burley. Made a call very early. It wasn't our weekend. And then I was lucky enough to bump into Tim Garner, who encouraged us and slightly convinced us to make the trip. I suppose the natural thing would have been to go to Poe, which was this weekend and down the road, so to speak. But, the more I thought about it, the more I thought, why not? What an experience. And we'll give it a go.
And did
that's awesome. So go ahead, John.
No, sorry, there was a delay, so I wasn't sure. I thought you were pausing for me, Rick. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so Tim Garner, we're gonna have to shake his hand. We love Tim. He is a great owner over here in the United States. Tell us, when you got to Maryland and you started getting prepared, let's just go through your dressage. You did your dressage. What did you think?
Yeah, well, I never sort of do something the easy way, and I was pretty happy, and I made a bit of a cock up at the end and halted at the wrong place, but I did have the disadvantage of not watching anybody. That's my excuse. So a little brain freeze, but hey ho, I'd say if it was too perfect, something is going to go wrong somewhere along the line. So we got that bit out of the way early doors.
Yeah, and that wasn't too big a deal, was it? You just had, you obviously had a nice test. You just stopped in the wrong place once.
Yeah, it was better than stopping cross country. That's my.
Yeah, exactly. And it was a big track, Austin. So what were your initial thoughts when you went out there and walked it? Obviously, you just walked Burley, so I'm sure your eyes were ready and prepared for something big and imposing. But compared to previous years at Maryland, where it was big but really forward and gallopy, this year seemed big and pretty technical to me.
Yeah, I was delighted. We were slightly. My biggest concern, we were under the illusion that it was everything was great, but it was a 4.5 star. It was no 4.5 star. It was proper 5-star, proper technicalities, dimensions. We knew the trip was going to take a bit of getting. So yeah, that was, without sounding cocky, but I had to be, I had to do a bit of climbing, and I needed it that way, and that was a pleasant surprise.
Right. Yeah. And honestly, when you jumped around, because obviously everybody knows you were first horse out, and that is such a hard place to win from, by the way. So it makes it even more impressive what you were able to accomplish with Colorado Blue. But when you were the first horse out, I think there was a little bit of feeling like, well, maybe it's not as tough as it walks, and maybe this will be okay. And, we'll get a bunch of horses home clear. Again, I kind of figured, okay, that's probably one of the top 2 or 3 cross-country horses in the world right now. And let's just wait and see how this really, truly rides. But it was basically, and I watched the whole round, it was basically a foot perfect round. So for you, as you rode around it, was there anything sort of going around that you were like, oh boy, I got away with one there, I better stay on my game? Or was it just smooth sailing the whole way?
No, it was pretty smooth sailing. But what I did feel smooth sailing is probably an exaggeration. It took a lot of jumping. Even your so-called let-up straightforward fences felt as big as any badminton fence to ride. The terrain, the going was beautiful, but the terrain was hard work. Where Ian Stark was really clever, you had to use every gear, which played into my hands. And you had to use first gear and you had to use fifth gear at various times. As you said, I'm sat on a machine. He was very, very good. And when I crossed the finish line, I mean, it was quite easy to make a prediction. This was going to be no walk in the park.
Right. Good. Yeah. Well, impressive. So Rick, why don't you take us and Austin through into show jumping? Oh, Rick's muted. Unmute.
Sorry, trying to keep the noise down here. I'm at Chattahoochee Hills International right now. Hey, so it's really exciting show jumping. It was a very tough show jump course in a area that I think a lot of horses can feel a little bit, claustrophobic. But wow, you did an amazing job. Salty didn't want to touch a jump. And run us through your show jump. There was an exciting moment, I think, with the Liverpool. Tell us how did that went and what you felt like after that horse just gave all of his heart.
Yeah, well, I mean, to start with, it was a very, very big jumping track. As you say, it's quite a tight ring, but it was as big as the World Championships last year in Protoni. So it was always going to be a tough ask. I thought he jumped his socks off. From a horse, as a young horse, if I was going down a 5 distance, I'd probably end up going down there an 8. And suddenly he's, over years, his stride is opened, everything's opened. And obviously the triple bar to the water tray ended up being a 4.5. And it was a lucky moment. But I have seen no 5-star winner not have a lucky moment in the show jumping over the years. So I'm just going to take it. I've jumped a lot of good rounds, cheap mistakes from, or cheap fences from nobody's mistakes. So I think we deserve this one.
I totally agree, Austin. And let me tell you, I was just cheering for you when that horse, went from that distance. And I think it's all about your professionalism, your relationship with that horse and how you were able to get back in balance and just keep carrying on. And, it was absolutely, I stood up and started clapping for you. So I was so excited for you.
Thank you. Yeah, no, after that, there had to be a quick regroup because I knew the time was, pretty vital too. But there was a lot of jumping to do from fence 8 onwards. I think there was 13 fences and it didn't get smaller. But look, he's all heart and he jumped his socks off and that was that.
And it was pretty impressive, Austin, because you went into show jumping in 4th place, correct?
Yep.
So after you jump that clear round, that's such a great feeling and you're going to have a top finish. With the guys sitting in front of you, which were pretty good horse rider combinations, did you go out thinking I might have a chance of winning this thing? Or were you just sort of living in the moment like, God, I got another clear round. What a great horse. Like, did you realistically think those guys would jump around and get you the win?
Again, anything can happen in the jumping. Look, I came out, I was delighted. I said, look, this is a podium finish. And after that was a bonus. And to be fair, Ollie owed me 2 fences because I had 2 fences at badminton.
Yeah.
He ended up getting a heap more money on the back of it. So fair dues to Ollie. I think he owed me that one.
That's awesome. So it was an incredible weekend. First Irishman in 57 years. I'm sure you're getting tons of requests. So like I said to you when I was trying to get this all set up, I know you have tons of people pulling on you, but just for everybody watching, does winning a 5-star change your life? Because this has to be pretty freaking huge back home, I would think. Like, is there going to be an Austin OConnor day? Are they going to make you like a national hero? Do they have a parade for you? Like, what happens now for you?
Yeah, look, no, there certainly won't be an Austin OConnor day. No, look, life is going to continue from my point of view. Normal. There's a barn full of horses. There's tractors, there's trailers that need driving. There's grass that needs cutting. But look, we're going to enjoy it and enjoy the moment. But it's no, it's not life changing. It's great, and it's a privilege because there's many people out there that deserve to win a 5-star, and I'm just one of the chosen few or lucky ones.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know that anybody deserves to win a 5-star. Maybe you, but I think everybody who wins a 5-star earns it, and you certainly did that. My last question for you is this, and this is an important one. Did you measure yourself after the win, either your height or your hat size, because you have to be a little taller and your head has to be a little bit bigger after a week like that?
I would say not.
Okay, well, you probably should, because you're going to get on to ride and your helmet's not going to fit.
Well,
I don't believe that. And I think
I'm very anti people with big heads, so I certainly won't.
Austin, you're very
backing 3-year-olds. I'll be backing 3-year-olds next week, so that'll bring me back down to earth with a bang.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Well, we were impressed, and it was fun watching you and your wife at the when you were waiting to see what the results, and when you knew, it was just joyous to watch you jump for joy. So I thought that was great. Congratulations.
Yeah, well, no, thank you very much. And if I'm ever lucky enough to win another one, the reaction will be exactly the same. So yeah,
exactly.
I think you got a few more in you. Listen, Austin, thank you very much. We'll let you get back to work, because you got to go get ready for all the work at home there. And thank you to Equibrew for sponsoring this segment. And again, great probiotic. And we're going to be back here in the Stress Less studio. Don't forget, guys, go to centerlinedistribution.net, enter the promo code. Oh, this is actually going to be after. We'll have to see if there's a new promo code. But go to centerlinedistribution.net for all of your Stress Less supplements as well. So we are going to be right back. And thank you again, Austin and Colorado Blue. Congratulations. Make sure you give them a carrot and a pat from Rick and I, please.
Well, of course. And great to chat, guys. Thank you very, very much. And thank you.
Thanks,
Marilyn.
Austin. Equibrew, now available in the USA. It's a live probiotic that you feed daily to your horses. The live microbes go into your horse's gut and cleans up the gut wall, creating a healthy gut system.
Equibrew is an essential part of my feeding program. My horses love to eat it, and it does a really good job of promoting gut health and also good behavior and great performances.
It's something I recommend for all of your horses, no matter what they do in their careers.
It's so affordable, I can use it on all of my horses in the barn, not just my top horses.
Order Equibrew today by going to brickfieldnutrition.com or calling 850-879-2649.
Grant Showalter has over 15 years of equine bodywork and saddle fitting experience. His technique allows him to identify and alleviate tightness in muscles. He uses trigger point massage to release points of restriction. Grant has over a decade of experience fitting and adjusting a wide variety of saddles. His expertise in equine physiology, coupled with a thorough understanding of the importance of a properly fitted saddle, allows him to quickly identify and correct any balance issues. Grant can also adjust your saddle on site. Grant works on all of my competition horses, and I have noticed a significant improvement in their performance at competitions and their overall way of going. Grant's based in Ocala, Florida year-round, but regularly travels to the surrounding areas. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 484-639-4454.
Hi, my name's Leslie Law, and we are a proud supporter of Jump for Joy. We've been using their portable cross-country jumps now for about 10 to 15 years. We love these jumps because, as you can see, they're very easy to move. It would only take another person on the other side, and I could place this fence wherever I wanted to very easily.
Welcome back to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. And thank you, Stressless, for this beautiful in-work studio. Thank you, Karl Slezak, for joining us. And look what's on his neck. A gold medal.
That's pretty awesome.
Thanks for joining us.
Is that real?
It's not real. No.
It's a real gold medal.
It's pretty heavy, but it's a gold medal.
It is a real gold medal.
It is extremely heavy. When I jumped off, when they were giving them, I thought it was going to smoke me in the face and chip my tooth.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah, no, that would have been embarrassing, that's for sure.
So, gosh, what a whirlwind, huh?
Yeah, no, it was an amazing trip.
Well, tell us about it. So, start from the beginning. What day were you born?
Yeah, we're not going back that far.
No, walk us through it. I know that y'all were getting ready for the team. The team's gone through a bunch of stuff. So just tell us in your words what's
Yeah, I mean,
happening.
just in general, our whole high performance has done a huge makeover, and things are really heading in the right direction. It's a great program now. They're trying really hard to get money and do things. They did some Nations Cups this year, and that's really helping. So this year we did it just before the Pan Ams. We did training camp at Will Coleman's place. He generously donated that to us to work out of before we left, and that was kind of the first time we'd been all together all season, and especially with me being here and there being still all being up north in Canada. So yeah, we did some fun things and got to know each other a little bit more. And
well, let's go through your team.
We had Lindsay Traisnel, and we had Colleen Loach and Mike Winter. Unfortunately, Mike was in England, and he went directly from England to
He's pretty antisocial, so
anyway.
that makes sense. Be honest. Now listen, Carl, I just want to know, it's just between us. He's not a very good teammate, is he?
It's terrible. I had to share a room with him.
Oh, man.
No, he was great.
Mike's awesome.
He has definitely added to the whole high performance program. He's done a world of things to get things rolling in the right direction. So
Rebecca
Howard. I mean,
Bruce Mandeville.
I mean, we did a whole new makeover in the high performance, and it's just really going in the right direction. I can't thank them enough for the things they've done for us this year.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I was really happy for y'all. I mean, U.S. did drop the silver, but
yeah, we were sort of bummed for us.
If anybody deserved it, it's all of y'all, because we know you not only as competitors, but we know you as friends, and so congratulations, every single one of you. You deserved it.
What a day of sport, though, isn't it? I mean, like the nail biter finish. What's going on?
We bought some fancy new speakers so we could party in between segments.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know how to work them yet.
What's going on there?
My bad. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no, it was a great show.
That's great.
But the last day, I mean, it was so exciting to right down to the wire. We won by 0.1. I mean, it was
0.0.
Yeah.
No,
0.1.
0.1. A tenth of a point.
0.1.
0.1. Like it was
close.
Yeah, it was just very similar to the Worlds last year, wasn't it? Like
right.
The show jumping just turned everything upside down. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you? So let's take us through. We'll get to the last day.
Yeah, fair enough.
But
we still have a whole segment and a half.
Yeah.
You gave the secret away.
That's okay. But we can go back to that. Hot Bobo is a mare that we've talked with you. I interviewed you at Stableview before you left, which is very cool.
Yeah.
It's a mare that tell us about. You and your wife went and found her for a resale.
Yeah, we were over at the Menard sale in 2017. And
that's about to go on now?
Yeah, it is going on right now, actually. And we're sad to miss it. Unfortunately, with the Pan Ams and going to Terra Nova in a week and a half, that I just
gold medal got in the way.
got in the way. The work got in the way. But yeah, no, it's a great sale, and we were there shopping for some sale horses. Excuse me. And we found her, but it was kind of by accident. We were watching some horses, and we didn't get the ones that we wanted, and my wife just I was talking to somebody, and my wife just kind of elbowed me. She's like, "This one's going cheap," and I just threw my hand up, and sure enough, we get the horse on one bid, which of course never happens, but
right.
Anyway,
which is cool.
And then I was like thinking about it afterwards. I was
not always a good sign.
No, no, exactly that. I started thinking about it. I was like, no, she was the one that reared and spun every time a horse came at me. So I was like, crap. But between buying them, so kind of mid-November, and then between transporting them over, mares taking extra quarantine time, and then we were going from Canada to Florida. So Caitlin stayed with the horses that we brought over, and I had to go back and forth a bit. But I didn't actually get to sit on her again until like January 1st. So the whole time I was like fretting. Like, what did I buy? Another mare that's could be kind of rank. But no, I mean, from day one, she's been amazing. She's just been a pleasure to ride. I've really enjoyed her. She's had some quirks, that's for sure. She's always been super spooky cross country. but she's come around, and now she's like.
Well, I've watched her rise through the ranks with her, and you've just had some really good finishes.
At Stableview, I tried to go slow, and it was terrible. It was just like just a terrible round. Like it was. I should have just gave up and said, "Okay, go run."
I think it's really hard. Don't you, John? Think it's hard when people go out and they say, "Or we're just going to go slow," and it tends to not be a good ride.
Well, what I know, Rick, is this: if I tell the women in my life, "It's okay, I'm going to take care of you, I will protect you," they don't usually appreciate that. They like better when you just say, "Yeah, you go be awesome.
Tell us where we're going."
Yeah. You be in charge and be amazing. It usually goes better for me, so I'm going to say that's probably a good move, Carl.
Yeah. So that's
great. So, and then the trip down, I know there was some back and forth about getting there. Like the charter plane in Mexico, and so what ended up happening there?
So in the end, there was a lot of confusion, that's for sure. We thought we had it settled long ago, and then kind of in the end, they were still fussing with it. We ended up sticking to the original plan mostly in that as far as departure date, but they definitely went with a different, I think, airline or something, right? Due to still organize the whole thing.
And was it you guys and America?
So it was us, the Americans, and the Mexicans.
Okay.
Yeah.
All from Miami.
All out of Miami, yeah.
Right.
So they, I guess the Americans and the Mexicans, I think, had 5 each, and we had 4. I guess we only had 3 because Mike was flying from.
Right. Is she home yet?
She just got home today. She was in a. They flew out last Monday, but it was a week in quarantine in Miami, which is terrible.
Yeah, it is terrible.
Yes,
she looks all right.
She's definitely
Right
lost
enough.
weight, but she's definitely bright. She's like happy to,
Be
she was
home.
wild. She was wild, pulling her off the trailer, so.
Perfect.
She's happy to be home.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So what was the venue like? Because I haven't even seen the venue.
The venue was pretty.
I mean, obviously I saw the venue competing rings and whatnot, but like being there.
Yeah, no, it was a lovely venue. They did a great job. I mean, unfortunately, they don't have a lot of big shows and to justify putting all kinds of money into permanent structures for this one competition. But so there was some temporary stuff with like scaffolding and temporary stands and stuff like that, or temporary VIP area.
Right.
But I mean, they did a great job of it. The food and the hosting of the VIP area was amazing. They did a great job. All the supporters and owners, I think, had a great time.
No, that's good.
The ring was lovely. Definitely some good decorations. And the cross country, I had heard earlier in the year that it was going to be really rocky. Somebody had been there competing, and they said it was really hard and rocky. So I was getting nervous, but they apparently had been working on the ground for 2 years. They'd reseeded the whole thing, fertilized it, were aerating it and watering it all along, and it was like a carpet. The ground was great.
Who was the builder there then?
The builder was, oh, crap.
I mean, I know the designer was Pierre. Come on, not Michelet, the other Pierre guy who's doing the Olympics. And I should know.
I should know as well, but
you should really know. You just rode over his course.
We can always look.
You're right. You're the bigger jerk because you just rode his course.
Certainly the bigger jerk.
Yeah.
That's all right. We'll get it when we come back. We will say who that is.
Yeah. Right. Okay. If you feel very confident about that, I'm glad. I'm not so sure.
Why?
Because I don't know.
I'm sure we can find someone.
Because I'm trying to be contrarian.
Google's amazing.
He's right there. We can ask Bard AI. Have you used Google AI Bard? Bard AI.
I use Hey Briggs. That's what I use.
Hey Briggs.
No. Anyway, have you ever used Bard?
No. I don't know
It's
that
artificial intelligence by Google, and if you just put in John Halling, it will come up with this whole report about you.
Well, I'm going to check that out.
We're going to do it during the break. We're going to actually put Carl's name in and see what comes up. And then we're going to get into his actual performance.
We're going to give Carl a drink as well.
Yeah, I know. Poor guy's
So,
joking. It's probably that moth.
You probably got something.
I got
at the
sick
Pan
over
Ams.
there.
Super.
It was terrible.
Super. This is great news. I have Terra Nova next week. Thanks, man.
That's okay. Just don't test.
So we do need to say thank you to Stress Less, and to make sure everybody goes to centerlinedistribution.net, uses the promo code JR23 to get your 20% off of any of your Stress Less stuff. So thank you to Stress Less, thank you to Horse Trailer Pros, and we're going to be right back with the gold medal winner, Karl Slezak. Jump for Joy fences are easy to move, lightweight, durable, and low maintenance. So we're out here on the cross country. We just finished over in the show jumping over the Jump for Joy fences. Had a great time schooling over them. They're really nice and easy to move, so we were able to adjust some things and really have the exact school that we needed thanks to the Jump for Joy fences. I love them.
Order yours at jumpforjoyusa.com.
Since 1950, Maison Forestier has been offering its know-how to design custom-made saddles for passionate riders. In 2016, Maison Forestier took a turn and expanded into the sports world with the goal of improving the performance of the rider-horse pair. You will find a professional, reactive, and fun team to answer your needs. And this is why I have chosen Forestier for all of my saddlery needs. Feel free to contact the saddle expert in your area for more information by visiting www.forestier.com. Hey, it's John here. I just want to let you guys know I got back from schooling at Magnolia Sands Farm here in Ocala, Florida. Their cross-country field is perfectly suited for a first outing on a young horse or schooling your upper-level horse. Magnolia Sands offers over 110 jumps ranging from starter to intermediate, plus multiple banks, ditches, and waters. They're constantly updating their courses and have even added new ditches and a starter ditch wall. Conveniently located in Northeast Ocala, Magnolia Sands has made it easy for riders and trainers with online waivers, Venmo, and PayPal, and even offer a golf cart for guests. MagnoliaSandsFarm.com. Welcome back to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros, coming to you from our brand new Stressless studio. Make sure you go to centerlinedistribution.net and use the promo code JR23 to get your 20% off of Stressless. Keep your horses calm and focused. And we are still here with Karl Slezak. Karl, as promised, we have the course designer's name from the Pan American Games where you were just at, and you should have known this.
Should have known.
His name is
Santiago, Chile.
Pierre Legupole.
Oh, whatever.
That is my right? Pierre Legupole.
That sounds like some kind of sauce.
I'm just saying that's what his name
Pierre Gompel.
I think that's probably worse than what I just did. Oh, God. I'm sorry, Pierre.
We better perfect our French before
next year. To be fair, I've been told Pierre's name over and over, but I'm terrible. And I've been told he's an incredible course designer, did an amazing job.
He did a fantastic job.
And congratulations to him for putting on a great cross-country course. But to me, his name is Pierre Legupole. A. So
Canadian A.
Take off.
Here we go.
So
take us through it. So after dressage, y'all were like what, 7th for team standings? Where were you after dressage?
No, I think we were 3rd after dressage. Yeah.
Oh, were you?
Why do you have to undersell things for him? Why are you so anti-Canadian?
I'm testing him since he was there.
As a team, we were. I believe we were 3rd. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
And,
Good.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all did put in scores that are pretty relative to what we've been doing all season.
Right.
So we kind of went and did our job, and then cross country day again, very simple. It was. I mean, the whole course was. I was a little nervous about the course because it was not a big course, but there's a lot of technical stuff to it, and I was like, this could go one of two ways. She's either going to drag me around, I'm going to be struggling and pulling the whole way, try to just keep her under control, or she's going to be impressed by the crowds and actually respect it, and it's going to be a great ride. So for me, it actually worked out well. She respected the course, respected the ground, and the people kind of backed her off just enough that I could just keep riding. But I think that's where, somebody like Liz probably had some trouble, and even Mike had some trouble just trying to hold them together. Those horses are a lot more experienced and seen some bigger tracks.
That's what I heard about Liz, is that he was tough to hold on to.
Yeah.
So you got through a great cross country. So did your teammates. So was the show jumping when you walked it? Were you going, this is going to cause a lot of problems?
No, I didn't. And sadly, so
when it didn't, to be fair, for you guys, it did not.
Yeah, no, I walked it and I thought, okay, it's a little on the small side again. There was some slightly technical lines, and there was a few, like the wall in there was kind of something we'd never seen before.
Right.
I mean, don't see those too often. But actually, we finished walking, and we're just standing there watching, just watching people finish up walking the course. And Karen O'Connor made some comment about, this is really going to shake things up. And I was like, what, really, you think? And she's like, yeah, for sure. She's like, there's not a lot of ground lines, not a lot of filler, just nothing to really back the horses off. I think it's just
true to form.
Sure enough, it caused havoc. I mean, for everybody.
So let me ask you this, because I was talking with a friend about the show jumping there and then the show jumping at last year's World Championships, and they were saying how the materials that were being used were very different from what we would see at a regular horse trial.
Yeah, I mean, the cups were super flat, and certainly the jumps or the poles were quite light. So I mean, yeah, you just had to breathe on things, and they were going to fall down. That's for sure. But
so it wasn't they were presented differently. It's that the cups were flatter, the rails were lighter.
Yeah, I can't say that. I would say that it was presented that much differently.
Okay.
Like it was. There was definitely no real filler in the jumps. There was a couple fences maybe that you could say were impressive enough to look at, but it wasn't a lot to look at for sure.
Well, rails went everywhere.
Yeah, they were flying from start to finish.
So did you have somebody on the team calculating everything while y'all were going?
Yeah, so we had I believe Emily Gilbert was in charge of that. She was keeping track. But yeah, actually, I wasn't near her, and when I saw the scores before Caroline went in, I actually thought that we were on the 0.7 and the Americans were on the 0.6. So when she just had the one rail, I thought that wasn't good enough.
Right.
Yeah, but I thought she had to have a rail and time. So I was like, oh, we were so close. But and then sure enough, they posted the final results on the board.
So it was a surprise.
Yeah, it was a huge surprise. Yeah,
very good. It's like Christmas.
Yeah. No, it was. We were all ecstatic. I mean, the whole team was in tears. Very, very emotional. It was.
It was awesome.
Yeah, we were very excited.
How does that lead y'all all now? And we asked Lindsay the same question in an episode coming up.
In the next segment.
Paris. You're now qualified.
Which is huge.
You have a core group of riders that get ready. And I want to do a shout out to Dana Cook's mother, who's doing a fundraiser for y'all for going to Paris. And sorry I don't have the website, but y'all should go in there. If you
Surely Carl has the website. He's super organized. Carl, what is the website?
Oh, crap.
Come on.
Put me on the spot. I don't remember it off the top of my
Dana
head.
Cook loves TimHortons.com.
Yeah, something like that.
Exactly.
Right.
But we, in fact, Equibrew,
Pathway to Paris is the name of the
Pathway
Facebook,
to Paris,
the Facebook group.
Right.
So that's where you can easily find it, I'm sure.
And also Equibrew's on there as a product that you can buy that's being donated.
You know what we'll do? Here's what we're going to do. So everybody who wants to know the website, you just need to comment on the YouTube show. Hey guys, what is the website for the Canadian fundraiser for the Olympics?
That's a good one.
And we'll have it by then, and we'll put it in the comments. And that way, if you're on the podcast, you need to go in to the YouTube and find it.
There we go.
You know what? Carl, that's brilliant.
So
good job. Good job doing the marketing for us. Thank you.
Thanks for the recovery.
That's really good. And by the way, Dana Cook, hope you recover real quick.
Oh,
Unfortunately, she broke her collarbone, as we talked about before in the first segment that we were doing.
Yeah, she was our first alternate, so it was she was there for training camp with us.
Oh wow!
And she was a great team player.
She's awesome.
And unfortunately, she went to Galway and had a bit of a spill, but. From what I hear, it sounds like she's still trying to get to Terra Nova next week.
She's tough.
She's tough as nails. I mean,
she is tough. I know that. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, fingers crossed for her. I hope it works out.
So tell us about your plan then. So I asked her about selection, or Lindsay about selection. She said actually it's just your own program leading up, and then y'all determine what's going to happen.
Yeah. So we qualified as a country now. Right. So now it just basically everybody starts from zero, and selection opens up again next year. And we have to prove ourselves again. So, I mean, it's a bit easier for some of us who have already qualified and have put in some good results this year. Maybe we don't have to do quite as much as somebody who isn't even at the level yet, trying to prove themselves for next year. Right. But it's basically starting from scratch again.
So my next question is, then we have to get with this new whole way. It's not going to be like the Pan Ams with
it's so weird.
14 members. You're going to go over in this whole way that they do it. Do you even understand it yet?
No, not really, actually. I know there's going to be a team of 3, and then the plan, it sounds like, is to send an alternate so that we could do the sub in,
sub out,
whatever, however that all works.
So basically what it is you get 3 team members
that they count.
And they count. And then if something goes wrong, then you get an artificial intelligence Mickey Mouse who comes in, and then their score counts minus 3.2. And
then you add back 6.7.
Double with the square root of pi and then you get your
That's
win.
the way to do it.
Right.
And the reason they did this, Carl, is to make it more understanding for the public to watch.
Yeah, no, it makes total
And
sense.
we don't even know what's going on.
Great job,
No,
guys.
it is just
So,
crazy.
but it's still the Olympics.
Sorry, Siri.
I know Siri doesn't even understand it.
Yeah, Siri doesn't
So
understand it.
you're planning on trying to make that team?
Yeah. No, I have another horse Chevalier that is not qualified at the moment. I'm hoping to have him qualified.
Right.
So it'd be nice to have the two qualified. It sounds like we're trying to get some funding together to send a few horses over for a Nations Cup in the spring, and then the idea I would love to
Do you know which one that's going to be?
There was some talk about Millbrook. Or not Millbrook, Mill Street, sorry.
Mill Street. That makes more sense.
Yeah, it's still up in the air. They haven't figured it out yet. But go over for that, and then maybe with a bunch of people, and then hopefully stay over
and head down
and then do selection from there, I think.
Cool. How's your French?
It's terrible.
If you're Canadian,
I should know it. I took it through school.
You have to, right?
Yeah, you have to.
Right.
Up till grade 10. And
all the road signs are in both. Arrête.
Yes.
That's all I got. I lived there for 3 years.
I knew
That's
that.
Yeah, no.
Well, we're excited for you, and I'm really pleased that you got to come back here with your gold medal.
Thank you.
Yeah, what are you gonna frame it or put it in a coffee
I think
table?
we're gonna do a shadow box or something.
All right, that's cool. You got to do that
Yeah.
for sure. And then you just bring it out for
You
special
see the stuff that we got? The
I know, you're all Canadian'd up.
Lululemon sponsored the
Lululemon? That's
the whole
like-
Canadian team,
Really?
not just the equestrian team, but all of Canada. And they gave us some really cool gear.
You guys did way better than the team that went to Hong Kong, I think it was.
Oh, that was Hudson Bay Company.
That was terrible. Hudson Bay did a bad job.
Yeah,
Well,
that year.
Lululemon is like the golfing guys all wear that
Yeah.
stuff.
No, it's really nice stuff.
I thought it was just girls' workout gear, but you look very
See?
beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
well done. Okay, so thank you very much for coming on. Thank you,
A little slap
Lululemon, for
in
the
face
great
before he
gear.
goes. That's okay.
And thank you to Stressless for the studio. Again, centerlinedistribution.net, JR23. Good job. Oh, we're like in stereo. And we're going to be right back with Lindsay Traisnel, who is another member of the Canadian gold medal team. Mm-hmm. She says really nice things about you. You never even mentioned her. We'll be back.
For a horse owner on the road, your trailer is essential. No one enjoys being stuck on the road. At Horse Trailer Pros, we repair, renovate, and maintain all makes and models of horse trailers. We work directly with your insurance company or manufacturer for warranty repairs and insurance claims. Our state-of-the-art facility provides quick turnaround and friendly customer service. Considering a living quarter conversion? We do those too. Find comfort on the road with Horse Trailer Pros. Call or text 352-804-2131. HorseTrailerPros.com.
Welcome to The Hunt. The pursuit of greatness awaits, and we're on a mission to conquer our goals. Every step we take, every lift we make, we are driven by an insatiable hunger for excellence. There are no limits, no boundaries that can hold us back. We may have different objectives, but we share a common purpose: to push beyond our limits and achieve the extraordinary. Like a pack of fierce and unstoppable warriors, we stand united, a community of relentless individuals who refuse to settle for mediocrity. Obstacles, they're just stepping stones on our path to success. We welcome them, learn from them, and rise above them. We celebrate each other's victories and lift each other higher, inspiring greatness in one another. At CrossFit eFit, we don't just hunt for success, we embody it, breathe it, and conquer it. Prepare yourself, because this isn't for the faint-hearted. This is for those who crave the thrill of pushing beyond the ordinary. CrossFit eFit, on the hunt.
Welcome back to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros, and we are joined by Lindsay Traisnel, who is fresh off of the bronze medal individual at the Pan American Games and the team gold. Before we get into that, Lindsay, though, we do have to say that we are coming to you from the Stressless studio, and want to remind everybody to go to centerlinedistribution.net, use the promo code JR23, and you get 20% off of any orders that you make. So I don't know, maybe that'll help you up there in Canada.
Never know.
Never know. So congratulations.
Thanks. Thank you.
So you go down there, you put in what I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is like the performance, I won't say of a lifetime, but maybe like the greatest performance on the best day that you've had thus far in your career. Just tell us what it's like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty amazing. He's an incredible horse, and I can really count on him to deliver when I need him to. He does everything I ask, so I feel really lucky to have him.
So Lindsay, take us through though. I remember seeing him at Bromont last year.
And we didn't even say his name, Rick. It's Bassie Rouge, who
Bassie Rouge.
Get his credit.
I saw
on
Bassie Rouge. What do you call him in the barn?
Dreamy.
Ooh.
I like names.
I like that, Dreamy. So take us back. Where did he come from? And then we'll get to the Pan Ams when you got there and stepped into the ring.
Yeah, sure. We got him as a 4-year-old in France. We'd planned on bringing him up through the levels a little bit and selling him on, but we decided not to do that, to sell the other ones instead.
Right.
Yeah, he's been amazing. We've come through the levels together. Xavier helped me with him when I was pregnant, when he was 5. And yeah, we moved to Canada when he was a 6-year-old.
So just a fun fact real quick. So I don't know if you knew this, Carl and Hot Bobo was brought over as a 4-year-old, and he was supposed to sell her as well. So thank goodness the 2 Canadians didn't sell these 2 horses that brought home the team gold. But with Dreamy and you stepping into the dressage ring, what kind of pressure did you feel?
I mean, he's just so reliable. I always know what he's gonna do. I wasn't feeling any more pressure than usual, I would say. It just felt like I was trying to treat it like a regular competition.
Sure. And so the trip down, how was that for you? Was it exciting? I mean, did Dreamy have a dreamy flight?
Yeah, luckily all the horses traveled really well. It was weird being away from him, right? Because we don't get to go with the horses. We sort of send them off with the grooms and the vets, and we meet them there. So that was a bit unusual, but he traveled great. So that was a good start.
That's awesome. John, I know I'm taking over a little bit, but I just have some more questions. So you meet up in Chile, you see the facility, you know, you're there with your team, which is under a bit of pressure. Your team has to be either in the standings, in the medal standings, right? Because the U.S. has already been qualified, so that means if you were silver, you still get a slot for the Olympics or bronze.
Yeah, as long as the Americans were 1, yeah. But
correct.
Yes.
So with all 4 of you there and going around and you know, really having the kumbaya moments, you were in 4th going into show jump. So I know you went through the dressage. Take us through the cross country real quick, and then we'll speed forward to the show jump.
The cross, it was a beautiful track. You know, we arrived on Sunday, I think, and they were watering the course since we got there. The course was beautiful. The footing was great. It was amazing. The time was tough. It felt kind of like an 8-minute short format. You had to really go, but he, you know, Dreamy was great and didn't really, he did everything I thought he would.
John?
Well, I mean, I thought you were on a roll, Rick, but
I was. I have more questions, but
yeah, go take us through show jumping, and then I have some questions after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the show jumping, he warmed up great. I made sure I had enough time to warm up because he was still feeling pretty fresh, and the warm up was close to the arena, so you could hear lots of cheering. And he went and he jumped a great round, like I knew he could. We didn't really know. Everything happened really fast. Like all of the Canadian riders went pretty close together. So I knew that Mike and Colleen had jumped clear rounds, but I didn't really know where that put us. So I was just, you know, focusing on a good round.
So here's what I want to get to, Lindsay, is we had Mike on, and I'm sure you watched that complete episode like you watch every episode of the John and Rick show. And Mike came on and he was saying, because I had said to him that, you know, you guys qualify either way, if you're silver in Brazil and blah, 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 and we went through all of the process of it. And basically what Mike says, yeah, we qualify if Canada's gold and America's silver. So he called it. He made sure to remind me of that. So you guys knew you were going to win from the beginning, obviously, then, because Mike told you.
I mean, going in, we knew we had some, really solid horses for the level. I think we thought it was a possibility. After the cross country, I think we all thought we were fighting it out for silver, but I guess, that wasn't how it worked out.
Good for you. You crushed America. Good job.
I don't know about crushed, but
yeah, it was a full 1/10 of a point victory. You crushed them. That's actually, in my opinion, more of a crushing than if you guys had won by 20 points, because it was so close and like just ripped America's heart out. It had to feel good.
Well, it did feel great. Yes.
Yeah. But good job, Canada. So what's it been like going home? Like, I know you guys, so you run in Windsor, Ontario, a like boarding, training and lesson facility.
Yes, that's right.
So what was it like when you drove back onto your farm and you return home as the bronze medal individual and gold medal? By the way, show us the medals, because I think that's pretty cool. And all of you guys watching or listening on the podcast, you're going to miss out. You got to go to YouTube and check this out. Look at that. You got gold and bronze. And there was a really cool picture of you and Xavier with each of you had a medal. Yeah. Which one did you have? Which one did he have? I don't remember.
Funnily enough, all the photos, everybody wants to wear the gold one. So I was in bronze.
Right. I mean, I think if I were you, I would want to wear the bronze too, because that's you got that on your own. That's pretty cool.
I'm pretty happy with both. So
yeah, you think? So what was it like pulling onto your property?
Well, we actually we have such an amazing, crew here. Our boarders, lesson students, and a bunch of them met me at the airport. So that was all like a planned surprise, and they had Canadian flags and all that. So that was pretty incredible.
That's amazing. And I'm sure, like, as you went through immigration, I'm sure the officers all knew you immediately and were super pumped that you had come back, the pride of Canada.
Well, I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, Windsor being the huge airport that it is, we went through that in Toronto because we flew through there, but
right. And then anything else cool? Like, has Tim Hortons reached out with like a lifetime coffee supply or donuts or anything cool like that?
Not yet. I'm waiting on that.
I'm sure it's coming. Come on, Tim Hortons. Like, this is as Canada as it gets. Okay. And so now you're home. Is he home yet?
No, Xavier flies to the horses are in Miami right now in quarantine. They get released tomorrow morning. So Xavier flies down tonight to pick him up.
And then he comes back to Canada with him.
Yes.
And then do you head down south for the winter?
I don't have sort of definite plans yet. Last year we just did like 3 weeks in Aiken.
Right.
We'll see. Get him home, make sure everything's all good, and sort of make a plan for next year.
Well, next year's a big year to plan because that's Paris.
Yeah.
So I know that everybody's done a great job. Bruce, Rebecca Howard, who's running everything for y'all, and just a great effort by Canadian Equestrian. That group of people really had a solid plan to get you to where you were. So now the interesting thing is to see how you transpire to get to Paris. And I'm sure you want to be on that list. Bronze is going to help you, but I guess there's selections. Do you know what the selection trials for y'all coming in the spring?
As far as I know, I don't think Canada has like set selection trials. You just sort of got to go out and prepare your horse the best you think, and show them that we're still in there.
Awesome.
Perfect. Well, you've got my vote. I think as the top place team member, all you got to do is go out and do it at the advanced level and show them you've got it. And, we're here to support Lindsay and Dreamy, and you guys are gonna nail it all next year, I'm sure. So listen, Lindsay, I really appreciate you coming on. We know you had a lot of shuffling with being a mom and getting kids places and all of that. So sincerely, thank you for taking the time. I'm sure that you've just been inundated with people wanting to talk to you about it. So we do appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so
Congratulations.
Thank you.
that said, we appreciate everybody tuning in to this episode of the John and Rick Show. Rick, it was another good one.
Another good one because we have Lindsay.
So thank you to Horse Trailer Pros as always. They are such a great company and such a huge supporter. I can't believe we're finishing up 4 years. And Lindsay, we're going to have our 100th episode coming up here very soon. Big party in Ocala. Maybe you and Xavier need to fly down for that one. It'd be a blast. You could see the new, just finished. This is the first episode we're using it. Completed, awesome, stress less studio. And there'll be like a DJ and maybe not, but there'll be lots of music. And
just so you know, Lindsay, this isn't the studio, but the studio
is being used. The studio is being used.
Carl is going to come and represent y'all for in studio, so it's going to be pretty cool.
Great.
Yeah, we're multifaceted. We can do it all. So we can get you guys from all over the globe and in studio. So you need to come down for the party. So thank you to Stress Less. Again, make sure you guys go to centerlinedistribution.net, promo code JR23 for 20% off, and we will catch you guys in a couple weeks' time. We have an awesome show for you guys today.
The greatest eventer of all time.
Good news for the sport.